Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Jaire Alcudia, and today I'm going to discuss about literary theory and definition of literature. And I will proceed. First thing, what is literary theory? Literary theory is the body of ideas and methods we use in practical reading of literature. Literary theory offers varying approaches for understanding the role of historical context in interpretation, as well as the relevance of linguistics and unconscious elements of the text. For a better understanding of literary theory can be gained by investigating the etymology of the word theory itself, derived from the Greek word theoria. The word theory means a view or perspective of the Greek stage. Literary theory then offers to us a view of life and understanding of why we interpret text the way we do. For example, we as a reader, we have different ways of interpreting a different text or a method. For example, reader-oriented criticism. Reader-oriented criticism focuses on the reader creating creating a meaning for a literary work. And for better understanding, we proceed to the history of literary theory. The practice of literary theory became a profession in the 20th century, but it has historical roots that run as far back as ancient Greece. Aristotle's Poetics is an often cited early example. Asian India, Bharata, Munis, Natra, Ancient Rome, Longinus on the Sublime and medieval Iraq. And history. Theories of philosophy from ancient philosophy through the 18th century and 19th centuries are important influence on current literary study. The literary and criticism of literature are tied to the history of literature. However, the modern sense of literary theory only dates to approximately the 1950s, when the structuralist linguistics of Ferdinand de Saussure began to strongly influence English language literary criticism. And I will proceed to our second topic for today. Definition of literature. Although many definitions of literature are debatable, most would agree that an examination of a text's totally artistic situation would help us decide what constitutes literature. This total picture works involve such elements of the itself. For example, we all know as a reader, we have different ways or interpretation definition of literature. But for me, my definition of literature is a concept makes us bring to a new world, or when we read, we can be able see some images of other things. the artist, the universe of the world, the work supposedly represent, and the audience of readers. Although readers and critics may emphasize on two or even three of these elements, while them emphasizing others, such as consideration of a text, artistic situation, immediately broadens the definition of literature from the concept that is simply a interrelationship of the actual text and the readers. And we go to our second topic, beginning the formal study of literary theory. This chapter has stressed the importance of literary theory and criticism in its relationship to literature and the interpretative processes. It has also articulated the underlying premise of why a study of literary is essential. There are four essential things when it comes of literary theory. First is, literary theory assumes that there is no such thing as innocent reacting of a text. Whether our responses are emotional and spontaneous or well-reasoned and high-structured. All such interactions with and about a text are based on some underlying factors that cause us to respond to the text in a particular fashion. What elicits those responses and how a reader makes sense of a text is at the heart of a literary theory. Because our reaction to text have theoretical basis. All readers must have a literary theory. The methods we use to frame our personal interpretations of any directly involved views in the process of literary criticism and theory, automatically making us practicing literary critics. For example, a reader, when we read a certain text, we are able to use such as different method to be able to interpret the certain circumstances of a certain situation. And many readers have a literary theory that is more often that not unconscious, incomplete, ill-informed, and eclectic. Therefore, readers' interpretation can easily be illogical, unsound, and haphazard. A well-defined, logical, and clearly articulated literary theory enables readers to consciously develop their own methods of interpretation, permitting them to order, clarify, and justify their appraisal of a text consistent and illogical ways. That's my own understanding about the many readers have a literary theory that is more. Being a reader, we have to employ such as different methods when it comes of interpreting a certain text to be able to interpret clearly the text. And today, many critics use the term literary criticism, and literary theory interchangeable. Still, others use the term literary and continental philosophy ni Mosley all taught the semantic boundaries between literary criticism and literary theory, and sometimes continental philosophy are a bit blurred. Literary criticism implies that literary theory exists and literary criticism rests upon literary theory, the concept, ideas, and ever-developing principles. For example, when we read a certain text, I'm sure that the text can give we are our own criticism about the text, and the term literary, we usually use that to be able to comprehend or analyze a certain text. And that will be all my topic, and I hope that you understand, you gain knowledge from my discussion for today. And thank you, and God bless.